Back to Open Window Politics. Today we're going to be doing a Democrat best case scenario map for 2028. We'll start off with the map that I have so far. We have key states in the lean blue column as well as tilt and lean red. We'll be going through the rest of these states that have yet to be called. I have a couple interesting calls. I think the Rust Belt would almost assuredly be a lean margin for the Democratic Party in a Democrat's best case scenario. And then Nevada, put that one into the lean blue. I think this one is even more likely than the Rust Belt going lean blue. And that's going to be the call there for those three states. We have a few in the tilt red column, that being Iowa and Ohio. These states used to be swing states, but in the era of Trump have gone further to the right. Then another state that I don't think would, even in a Democrat's best case scenario, could narrow up to tilt, which is why I'm going to put it in lean, but that being the state of Florida, that's going to be 30 electoral college vote for the generic Republican candidate. No specific candidates here, but that's going to be what we'll start out with. Next up, we'll go to the state of Arizona. This one I'm tempted to put in the tilt blue as Democrats' best hope, but I think that with the right candidate, they can win this state by a lean margin. I don't think that's too far out of the usual. And then we're going to head over to the district here in Nebraska. This district, I think, in a really good year for Democrats, could end up being in the likely. I think lean is probably a more likely situation, but for now we'll go with that. And then we're going to head over to the state of Pennsylvania, which I will be putting into the lean blue column as well. That's going to be enough votes to cross the Democrat over the 270 finish line. And then we don't usually talk about this district, but the district there in Maine, this one usually ends up going to a Republican for that single electoral college vote. However, I think in Democrats' best case scenario that it would go blue. This district even has elected a Democrat to the House, so it's certainly not out of the picture that Democrats could win it, especially in what is shaping up to be a very good year for Democrats, and especially with this best case scenario prediction. Next up, we're going to head over to Texas. I think in the long run, the state of Texas will go further and further leftward, but I think even in a Democrat's best case scenario, I think it could narrow up to tilt. If I remember correctly, Biden got it within like 3 to 5 points, so he got it in the lean red margin for Trump in 2020. And I think that, like I said, in the long run, this state, I think, will shift further and further to the Democratic Party. But for now, that will be the call there for Texas, 40 electoral college votes in the Republican Party's column. Next up, we're going to head over to Georgia, which I feel fairly confident in calling for the Democrats for 16 votes in the lean blue margin. Nothing too crazy here. The state voted blue in 2020, along with Arizona, two very competitive states, along with the others. But for now, that's going to be the call there. And then lastly, we have the state of North Carolina, which generally I have in the Republican Party's column for a most presidential elections, but I think with Democrats' best case scenario and a good candidate, Democrats could probably win this state. Happened in 2008, and if that election was pretty much Democrats' best case scenario, so I think it's doable. The state also has moved further to the left in the long run, so that's going to be the call there in North Carolina. And that brings us to 320 for the Democrats to 218 for the Republicans. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.